Making money is not hard. It's not. Becoming the woman who makes money with ease, that is where the work lies. That is where the real work lies. All right. And so in today's episode of the Daily Dose, I'm going to be breaking down 3 steps to make money with ease as a Christian coach. Right. So you're showing up, you're creating content, you're pouring your heart out into your content, but you're making some sales here or there, but you're not making the amount of sales that you need to really go full time in your coaching business. You're showing up, you're doing all the things, but in your mind, you're believing that making money is hard. And that very thought is keeping you in a loop. It's keeping you in a thought loop because you're thinking it's hard. And so you're feeling the pressure and the overwhelm of showing up, and you're giving your reticular activating system, only you're giving your brain the task to only find the hard ways to make money, because your belief system is that it is hard to make money. But it's not hard to make money. It's not. Actually, it really isn't hard. And there's so much that I can touch on, but just to condense this teaching to about 10-20 minutes, I'm just going to refrain from going in all the directions that I can go with that. But look forward to more upcoming videos, because I will be diving deeper into different ways on how we are programmed to think we have to work really hard for money when in fact we don't. And it's just been mind-blowing for me on this journey, because I was even one who thought that too. I thought making money was hard. And it really took a lot of reprogramming, and just so much inner work that I had to do to become the version of myself today that makes money with ease. And it's crazy how easy it is to make money. And so I'm going to be breaking down the 3 steps to help you to make money with ease as a believer in business, as a coach, a kingdom coach, right? And so for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janel Ranée. I am your faithologist. I'm a certified life and business mindset coach, and I help entrepreneurial moms and coaches to grow their businesses and be able to transition into coaching into their business full time without chasing clients, without self-sabotaging, without sacrificing time with their family. I help them to build out their businesses so that they can be using biblical principles, so that they can be present with their families and present with their loved ones, and just really walking out their God-given purpose through their business. And so the Daily Dose is an acronym for divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. And when I sit with the Lord in the morning, every morning, whatever he pours into me, these episodes are really just the overflow. And it's to really empower you, to equip you, to encourage you to continue to show up and to grow your business into the vision that God has for you, right? And so let's just jump into what I have for you today. God has really been pouring out, and it's just so powerful. And the first thing that you want to do, the first step to make money with ease as a believer in business, as a Christian coach, is mindset, right? I'm always going to start with your mindset, with your belief system. My highest tier program right now is called is Business by Belief Accelerator. And I am 100% sold on the concept of belief being the most important driving force behind your business. All throughout scripture, Jesus says, blessed, let it be unto you according to your belief. Luke 1:45, which is one of my favorite scriptures. It's blessed is she who believed that the Lord will fulfill his promises to her. Belief is the root of everything, right? Your belief system is literally your subconscious beliefs are responsible for 95% of your actions. And so everything is at the core root of your belief, your identity. And it's so important for you to have the right mindset when it comes to creating wealth with ease. It doesn't have to be hard. And I learned that I learned that the long way, right? I learned it the hard way because I was doing all the hard things, and I thought making money was hard because when I thought making money in my business had to be hard because making money in my 9 to 5 was hard. And so I took that same mindset from my nursing career into my business. And I started to self-sabotage because when I saw that it was easy to make money, because I subconsciously thought that it was hard, it was supposed to be hard, I started to sabotage. I'm like, wait, no, there's something wrong. Like there's no reason why it should be this easy. And I had to catch myself and realize, like, no, it gets to be easy. I had to reprogram and change my mindset. And the same with you. Like, how are you viewing making money? Are you buying into the societal norms and like culture that tells you that you got to work really hard, right? You got to drive yourself, you got to grind, you got to hustle to make money. That is not true. You don't. You do not have to hustle. You do not have to strive. You do not have to, dig yourself in the grave just to make $1. That is not the kingdom way. And so I'm going to bring it back to Matthew 11:28, and we're going to land on Matthew 11:30, but Jesus is speaking. He said, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest, right? And we know, just for context, Jesus was speaking to a lot of the religious rules and regulations that were put on the people in that day and age. And even now, there's a spirit of religion where it's like, you got to work your way to blessings. And that is not true, right? And so Jesus is actually speaking here. He's like, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And he goes on to say, take my yoke upon you and learn from me. And this is why I'm so passionate about my daily dose, because it's like in my alone time with God, like I'm able to be poured into so that I can then pour out into the people who I'm called to lead, and my clients who are looking to build and grow their businesses. Like whatever overflow I receive is what I teach, right? So I learn, I get overflow from the Lord. Whatever he inspires me to speak about, that's what I speak about. And this is literally in alignment with just what the word says, like take my yoke upon you and learn from me. And so I sit in the presence of God every morning, and whatever I take from the Lord is what I pour out in these episodes. And so it goes on to say, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and he is, and you will find rest for your souls. And so your soul is your mind, your will, your emotion, right? And so rest is truly found in Jesus. And this is why the first step inside of my CPR framework is to realign with your creator for clarity for your calling, right? Clarity in your calling, because your purpose, your overall purpose is literally you being called and answering the call in different seasons of your life. And so I help you to really refine in the season that you are in right now in your life. What is God calling you to do? Who is he calling you to serve? And that is literally the very first step. It's realigning. It's because if you're not in alignment, that is where you find yourself striving. That's where you find yourself grinding, hustling, trying to figure it out on your own, because you're not in true alignment. You're not in alignment with God in the season that he has you in and what he's calling you to do right now in your life. And so we're going to move on to Matthew 11:30. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So when you really align yourself with where God is calling you in your season, in your business right now, who he's calling you to serve, how he's calling you to serve them, what problem are you solving for them, right? When you really think about who you're called to serve, how you're called to serve them, when you get into alignment, then it's like it becomes so much easier. You're not trying to jump through hoops, chasing clients around. No, you are in alignment. So once you get in alignment, you attract the women, the men, whoever it is that you're called to serve, you attract them because now you're flowing from a level of alignment. The way you speak about your offer, the way you position your offer, the way you believe in your offer, because it's literally coming from your own experience. It's coming from your own lived trial, right? And the trial that you triumphed over, you're creating a trail for them. And so I really want you to think, and this is a journal prompt for you. I want you to sit and just take some time today and think and answer this question. What is the simplest way to make the most money faster? Because people who are wealthy, they are making money faster. I look at my coaches, Myron Golden, like it took him 16 years to make money, like to really be consistent and to grow his business consistently. And so we look at these people that are overnight success, but we don't see like how they've been working throughout the years. And so when you, and one thing that he teaches is like, you can literally become a millionaire, but how long will it take you to become that millionaire, right? You can work and make 50K a year. How long will it take you to make $1 million? It's not to say you wouldn't make it, but how long will it take you? How fast can you make it? And so the difference between people who are wealthy and the people who are still struggling is the speed in which they're creating the wealth, the speed in which they're creating the money. And so you want to think of a way, like think of like, what is this? Ask yourself, ask the Lord, what is the simplest way to make the most money faster? The simplest way, because simplicity scales, complex fails, right? And so this is the first step. This is the very first step, mindset, your belief system, right? It's mindset. It's like, you got to change your beliefs to think, okay, making money isn't hard. It's not. It's becoming the person, becoming the version of yourself who makes it with ease. That's the real work. That's the real work. And so that's the first step. Now we're going to jump into the second step. It's momentum. So after mindsets, you switch your thinking around and now you're thinking, oh, making money is easy. Making money can be easy. It is easy. It is. It's so much faster to make money, a larger sum of money in a shorter period of time than it is to make a smaller amount of money over a longer period of time, right? So let's go into momentum. So momentum is you in the midst of becoming. It's embodying the identity of the woman who makes money with ease. How are you showing up, right? What are the decisions from that woman who's making money with ease? How is she showing up? What is she currently thinking? When money's flowing to her with ease, like, what is she thinking? What are the decisions that she's making? You have to think from her. You got to think from your future self. You got to think from the version of you that's already making that money. What decisions are she making? What is she thinking? What is she feeling? How is she feeling along the process of becoming this version of herself? What is she feeling? Is she feeling that anxiety? Or is she feeling peace? Is she feeling the pressure, right? Or is she feeling just joy in the journey? What is she loving herself on that journey, right? Is she taking fast action, or is she just sitting in all these thoughts and just indecisive and in freeze mode, right? Is she in survival mode, or is she taking fast action? And so you want to stay in momentum. And this is why I speak about the importance of not being like a city bus in the middle of New York traffic in rush hour, and like really being that corporate lead, that Corvette coupe, right? Being that leader in your business, being that corporate, why do I keep saying corporate? Being that Corvette coupe instead of that city bus. You got to be the Corvette coupe, okay? Like, stay in momentum. The city bus, it's constantly starting and stopping. The city bus is filled with so many other people's thoughts, so many other people's beliefs, so many other people's feelings, emotions, right? It's filled with chaos. It's loud. It's noisy. It's a lot of distractions. It's longer. It's slow. It takes a long time to get to the destination versus you taking on the mindset and taking on the momentum of a Corvette coupe. When you're in a Corvette coupe, it's only room for you and the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is right next to you. Like, listen, put the pedal to the metal. Let's go. Momentum. Stay in momentum. We have a destination to get to. We don't have time for the distractions. We don't have time for the starting and the stopping. We don't have time for the nervous system stopping you in your tracks. Your nervous system, your false beliefs that's telling you, oh no, like it's scary over there. Let's stop. You have to, and this is why inside of my accelerator academy, my business by belief accelerator, I help my clients with this very work. I help them to get to the root system. I have my root system is designed to uproot the subconscious beliefs that are stopping your momentum. You have subconscious beliefs there that are stopping your momentum, stopping your business growth. Because subconsciously you're thinking, oh no, this is too easy. Something's gone wrong. Or, oh, I've tried that already and it's not working for me. And so you just stop, right? And I also have my safe protocol. My safe protocol, it helps you to stay in motion. My self protocol is where you actually anchor into safety. It makes your body feel safe. It regulates your nervous system so that when that fear is rising up, when that spirit of fear is rising up, you can stay in momentum. You can bring your body back into a safe space. You can ground your body physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, getting back into the safe space so that you can show up for your business. Because your business will only grow to the level of your belief system and your body's safety. And so if you're having subconscious beliefs that are causing you to stop the momentum, your business is going to continue to operate like the city bus. And you're going to start and stop because of your nervous system. You're going off of your emotions you're allowing your emotions to control you instead of you having the emotional intelligence to control your emotions and to think from your future self, right? And to stay in momentum like that Corvette coupe, like pressing the gas, all gas, no brakes. The only time we take breaks is rest day, because we are required, according to the word of God, to take Sabbath rest. But 6 days out of the week, let's go. We're working, we're building, we're staying in momentum. And this is why I have my whole Holy Spirit-led nervous system regulation through my safe protocol and getting to the roots. My root system and my safe protocol is what I help my clients to do so that they stay in momentum and continue to show up like the Corvette coupe that God is calling them to be. Because if you start and stop, where's your business going? If you're constantly looking at all the hard ways to make money because that's what your subconscious believes, and the moment that you start to make it with ease, your nervous system stops you, you're going to lose momentum, and you're not going to continue to grow your business the way in which you want to grow it to be able to transition into coaching full time. Okay, so that's the second step, momentum. The third step to make money with ease as a Christian coach is mentorship. So shift your mindset, stay in momentum, and seek mentorship. When you are wanting to grow your business, I'm telling you from experience, and this is twofold. From experience, you want to hire a mentor who's actually where you want to be, right? So you want to be full-time as a coach. Okay, hire a mentor or a coach who actually is full-time coaching and follow the way in which they went to actually be able to do that. For me, I help my clients to transition into full-time coaching without chasing clients, without fighting the algorithm, without self-sabotaging, without sacrificing time with their families. I help them to create their signature offer. I help them to realign with their creator. First and foremost, realign with your creator for clarity on your calling. And in that phase is where you're going to craft your signature offer. What has God called you to do? How are you going to serve your clients? because oftentimes like we're pulling from everyone else, but you haven't gone in. You haven't gone in to see what's inside, your gifts, your talents, your years of experience, your expertise. Pull that up out of you. Get to the root, get to the surface. How can you serve your clients? How can you use your passions, your proficiencies, maybe a painful experience that you've experienced that you've overcome, and now you can help others overcome. So I help you to create your offer. And once you create that offer, because it's yours, it's your signature blueprint, it's your fingerprint on there, it's unique to you. You have such a level of belief behind it. So now you're showing up with conviction. Now you're showing up with certainty. Now you're showing up with confidence to market it because it's your lived experience. It's what you've been able to do. You have clarity behind it. You have a seamless structure that you're going to take your clients through. You have step 1, step 2, step 3, right? Step 4 or 5. Like you have sequential steps that you're going to take your clients through. You have a process that you're taking your clients through. So now you show up with clarity. You can speak to it with clarity now. And there's a conviction, a level of conviction that comes. So now you're getting sales because you're showing up differently. And when the sales start to come in, now I actually help my clients also. The third thing I help them to do is systemize their back ends. Right? Systemize a simplified sales process so that the sales are coming in consistently with ease, and you're able to scale your business. And so this is twofold with the mentorship. So not only do you want to seek mentorship for yourself to collapse the time that it took me to build out my business is not the same amount of time it'll take you. You'll be able to skip the trial and error, all the trial and error that I've done that wasn't working for me. The same thing with my coaches, the coaches that I've hired, the mistakes that they've made and learned from, I've been able to avoid those mistakes because I hired mentorship, because I hired coaching. So I've been able to grow my business faster than they've been able to, right? And the thing with my clients are able to grow their business faster than I've been able to because they're learning from my mistakes, right? And so this is the importance of really being able to collapse time, right? And being able to hire a mentor or coach that is where you want to be so that you get there faster. Because like I said in the beginning, making money, yeah, you're going to make $1 million. You'll get to 7 figures, but how fast will you do it? That's the real question. Are you going to do it in 10 years? Are you going to become a millionaire in 10 years? Or are you going to do it in a year or 2 or 3, right? It's like you want to collapse the time. So hiring a mentor will allow you to collapse that time. Also, twofold, you want to make sure that you are the mentor that your clients are seeking. You want to show and position your offer to make sure your clients see the transformation. So question, another journal prompt for you. How does your offer collapse the time for your client's transformation? If you have a coaching offer right now, how is it collapsing the time for your clients? Do you have a simplified step-by-step framework, signature framework that your clients can literally see the clear transformation that you're providing? If not, I want you to comment offer, and you'll get instant access to the Craft Your Signature Offer workshop. Inside of this workshop, I'm literally breaking down and helping you step by step, working with you to create your signature offer, your signature framework, helping you to come up with a structured process for your clients that builds from builds from your personal lived experience and helps them to have a clear step-by-step process so they can clearly see their transformation. Because if they don't see it, like clarity is what sells. Certainty is what sells. Conviction is what sells. And so once you have your offer solidified, your signature offer, then you can show up and market your business effortlessly. And then when you show up and you're marketing your business with ease, that is when the money flows with ease. And so making money isn't hard. It's becoming the version of yourself who does that. It's becoming the woman who does that. It's becoming the coach who does it. It's becoming the leader who does it. You got to become that version of yourself who makes money with ease. And when you have an offer that is clear, concise, to the point, and it's what your clients want, they're going to be throwing their credit cards at you because they're like, oh, I want that. I want that transformation. They can see the transformation. You make it so clear for them. They can see it. And they're like, hey, sign me up. And money comes with ease. With ease. All right. And so just to recap, the 3 steps to make money with ease as a Christian coach. First, your mindset. Second, momentum, staying in momentum. And third, mentorship. Right. So go ahead, comment offer, and I'll send you the link so that you can access the Craft Your Signature Offer workshop and begin making money with ease in your coaching business. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, but I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.